What's happening, Panda Nation? It's Peter Von Panda here. Hey, I love technology products and I actually love the robotic vacuums. I don't use them actually as much as I probably should. One might say that your best bet for using the small robotic vacuums, and Roomba is obviously a big player in this. iLife, I'm trying to think of the other ones that I've used. I've actually never had a Roomba, to be honest. I never went for the big brands. I was always trying the kind of smaller brands, and they seem to work great. And like I said, I think the hack to these is to have them set up so that they vacuum on a regular basis, like 10 a.m. If you leave the house for work or something, time when you aren't bothered by it or the house is empty or whatever it might be. You probably don't want them to go off at 2 a.m. because you are going to get woken up in the middle of the night because they're kind of loud and stumbly sounding, and you'll probably think your house is being invaded by Antifa. But the answer to these, what I would say is the answer to your house not being vacuumed, the answer to having those dust bunnies accumulate under the TV stand, under the couches, around the corners, underneath the kitchen table, or wherever, is the fact that most vacuums just can't get into those places, but a robot doesn't care. A robot's better. Goes in all those places that you might not vacuum on a regular basis. So, one of the things that I wanted to bring up here, sorry for the long intro on that, is I just saw that iRobot's poop detecting Roomba J7 Plus is at an all-time low price right now. And I guess my thought is, I understand that the robot is now supposed to detect poop and go around it. And you might be saying, Pete, that is a huge advantage because the poop gets smeared on the floor and it gets into the robot. And oh my God, what a mess. Yes, I bet that makes a lot of sense. But I'm also guessing that it's at an all time low because, dude, if you have, let's call it a dog, but if you have a dog that poops in the house still, you probably have some issues that you want to address more urgently than finding a robot that's going to accommodate them. Now, I get it. Maybe you have a senior dog and they just constantly poop in the house. I would probably lock them in the family room, cage them in so that they stay there and not use a robot vacuum. I just feel like the poop detecting robot vacuum, maybe the poop detection feature is something that should be loaded into all the vacuums. But if it requires special cameras and hardware and I don't know, a lot of extra cost, then my guess is there's very few people that are going to need this. Like I said, I've had a dog. My dog was trained to go outside. If my dog did go inside, it was trained to go on a poop pad or like a diaper pad, which I could easily block off from a robot. And if you are finding that, oh my gosh, pooped in this room and I didn't know about it, now it's the robot vacuum has spread it all over the carpet. Dude, you have other problems. Don't use a robot vacuum cleaner. Spend a little money getting your dog trained. Instead of spending $800 on a robot vacuum cleaner, use a regular vacuum cleaner and get the dog to poop somewhere else. Or get a cat. Because they just go in their box. So that's my rant for today, that the Roomba poop avoiding vacuum cleaner is, at least by the pricing, not selling as well as one might think. But while you might have the stray poo in the house, I am hoping, oh man, I'm hoping when I go to my friend's house that this is not a chronic problem that they are suffering with. That I find myself walking around in my socks on my bare feet to just avoiding the poo in the house. So, don't solve your poop problem with a vacuum cleaner. Solve it with a trained pet. That's my rant for today. Peter Von Panda. Out.